Hello and welcome. My name is Leke and I'm pleased to be showing you how to use this app to record data on congenital ZIKA syndrome and microcephaly. You will need to be logged in before you begin. If you have any questions after watching this video, please contact us. And be sure to watch our other videos which will give you more information about this app. Okay, let's get to the menu. On the home page, after logging in, select Birth Defects. At the bottom of this screen, you will find three tabs: Birth Defects, Syndromes, and Examination. Select Syndromes. You are taken to a page with many syndromes. We are interested in Congenital ZIKA Syndrome. Tap on the picture of Congenital ZIKA Syndrome. To record data for Congenital ZIKA Syndrome, you must record two things. First, you must record evidence of maternal or fetal Zika infection. Second, you must record the presence of congenital abnormalities associated with Zika infection. When you scroll down, the app prompts you to first record evidence of Zika infection. Select that. It takes you to a page where there are two possibilities. You can either record a situation where the mother suspects she was infected with Zika during her pregnancy, or you can record laboratory evidence confirming that Zika infection. You can enter information in one or both of these. Give as much detail as possible. Let's assume in our situation that the mother is reporting a suspected Zika infection during pregnancy. I tap this button, activating this field. Now, I will enter notes about what the mother reported. I am going to type mother lives in an area where there has been recent Zika infection. She had a rash at 10 weeks pregnancy. Because I have a lab test as well, I will also tap in the next field and type mother had a positive RT-PCR test for Zika at 10 weeks gestational age. Once I enter my notes, I tap on the Record Birth Defect button at the bottom of the page. This takes me to an observational details page where I enter all necessary information about this case. The reference code is determined by your own surveillance system. For this video, I am going to enter a reference code of GHIJK. For H in days, I'm going to say 0 because my baby is less than 24 hours old. A 1 would mean the child has completed 24 hours. If my baby was stillborn, I would also enter 0. For birth type, I am going to select live birth. For term type, I am going to select preterm. Notice that your notes about evidence of Zika infection that you entered previously automatically populate the observation notes field. It also automatically contains the appropriate ICD code. Should you need to modify your notes, you can do that here. When you are satisfied with the notes and have checked your other data fields, tap on the Register this observation button. A message pops up that your observation has successfully saved in your device. Tap OK. You have completed this first part of recording congenital Zika syndrome. Now, you must complete the second part of recording this syndrome. This involves recording all of the associated malformations that you are observing. On this page, you will select Record Another Observation button. This is very important. If you fail to select this option now and choose a different option, you are taken away from this case. If that happens, this is what you do. Go to the observation log. Tap on the correct reference code. Select Edit. Again, select the congenital Zika syndrome record. It isn't highlighted, but if you tap it, you open the record. And then you will be able to select Record Another Observation. This will take you to the page listing abnormalities associated with congenital ZIKA syndrome. So, whether you efficiently find this page through selecting the record another observation when first offered the option, or whether you came to this page through the observation log, this page provides a list of abnormalities often found in an infant with Zika infection. However, it is important to note that this is not an exhaustive list. On this page, you will find brain abnormalities, eye abnormalities, and limb contractures. Each item in blue is a clickable link. Please record each and all malformations you observe on your baby. For this video, we are going to record microcephaly and cataracts. I tap on microcephaly or severe microcephaly. In a real-world scenario, take your time and read through the description. We have included in this app information that we think you will find useful, as well as links to information and training videos that will build your clinical capacity. Notice the dark blue links on this page providing resources and instructions to build your knowledge and capacity to record data accurately. For example, there is a link that will give you information on how to measure head circumference, including video links. Another link provides the threshold values for head circumference by age and sex. Use these tools. For now, let's return to our page on microcephaly and enter our data. Enter head circumference. I am entering 28.1 in the centimeters field. Then I enter 36 for gestational age in weeks. I tap in the sex of the baby field and choose male. The app automatically assigns this baby to severe microcephaly using the intergrowth head circumference values. In the bed weight field, I select 1,500 to 2,499 grams. Then I select yes for whether the head is disproportionately small compared to the body. And finally, I am entering in the notes section, the baby has loose scalp skin and is irritable. And here at the bottom is a prompt asking me whether I considered maternal infection syndromes as a possible cause of microcephaly. This prompt is here in case a person came straight to microcephaly on the app's page of head malformations rather than via a syndrome. We have suspected congenital ZIKA syndrome, and therefore the prompt doesn't concern us. I am ready to record the birth defect and I tap on the button. This takes me to the observational details of this case, where my notes are populated by the information I have inputted. I again tap on register this observation and I receive a notification that the observation has successfully saved. I select OK. Now, as I mentioned, we will record two observations for this congenital ZIKA syndrome case. The second observation will be about cataracts. Tap on the record another observation button again. Back on our list of common anomalies, under eye abnormalities, I select cataracts. I am taking two congenital cataract and notice that I should differentiate this condition from congenital rubella syndrome. Whenever there is a link in blue, be sure to differentiate similar conditions. When I click on the link and read through the description of congenital rubella syndrome, I feel assured that this is not the situation for this baby in front of me. And I know that the mother has screened negative for rubella. This is information that I can add to the observation details. I click the link back to congenital cataract. The ICD is already selected as Q12.0. I tap record birth defect. On the observation page, I type in this field left eye. I then tap on the register this observation button and my observation has been saved to my device. Now that I have completed recording all of my observations, I return to the main menu. If I go to the observation log, I can check or upload my case from here. Tapping on the case allows me to see the details on this case. Notice that here you find 3 observations listed for this single reference number. You have the congenital ZIKA syndrome, microcephaly, and finally congenital cataract. If I needed to edit anything, I would tap the edit button at the top of the screen and proceed to edit the case details on this page. Or I would select one of my malformations and edit those observation notes. For example, I want to note that the mother screened negatively for rubella, so I tap the congenital cataract malformation and then add in the notes section, mother tested negative for rubella. I tap Update. I tap OK. And then I return to my cases page by selecting the back button. At this point, I can either record a number of other babies and their malformations, or I can upload this case to my surveillance systems database. I am going to go ahead and upload this case. I tap the square check box next to the reference number. At the bottom of the screen, I tap Options, and in the sub-menu, I tap Upload Select Cases. When I do that, I receive a warning that once uploaded, the case is removed from my device. I select OK. Then I received a message that the upload is complete. The case is removed from the queue, and your back button will return you to the main menu. Congratulations, you have successfully recorded your data. Now, there are other routes that you can take to record data on congenital ZIKA syndrome that works just as well. For example, you can begin by recording data on microcephaly, then add congenital cataract, and then end with congenital ZIKA syndrome. Whatever route that you take, it is important that when recording data on a suspected case of congenital ZIKA syndrome, that you do 2 things. First, record evidence of ZIKA infection, and then secondly, add all the congenital malformations that you observe in the baby. Now, your surveillance system is going to ultimately determine if the case is a suspected, or it is probable, or a confirmed congenital ZIKA syndrome based on the data that you have provided. Okay, that's our tutorials. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, please feel free to contact us. And if you would like to know more about congenital ZIKA syndrome, please go to our resource inventories public health tools page, and you can know more from there. Thank you, and bye.